For most of human history, having a child was closer to a coin flip than a celebration. In some ancient populations, nearly half of all children died before age 5. No hospitals, no vaccines, no antibiotics. Just a parent, a baby, and a world actively trying to kill it. The real question is not whether ancient humans loved their children. It is how any of us got here at all. The first defense was not medicine. It was the human body itself. Anthropologist Sarah Blaffer Hrdy studies what she calls cooperative breeding, the idea that humans, unlike almost every other great ape, did not raise children alone. Grandmothers, aunts, older siblings, and unrelated adults all shared the burden. Hrdy argues this is the real reason human infants survive at all. A solitary mother with a helpless infant for years would not have made it. The village was required. This is where grandmothers become biologically important. Researchers studying the grandmother hypothesis point out that human females are unusual among mammals because they live decades past menopause. The theory is that grandmothers who stopped reproducing were free to pour energy into keeping grandchildren alive, gathering food, watching children, passing down survival knowledge. Populations with surviving grandmothers had measurably better child survival rates. Evolution did not waste that extra lifespan. It repurposed it. Then there was the swaddle. Tightly wrapping an infant in cloth or animal hide was practiced across nearly every ancient culture, from the Inca to ancient Egypt to early Europe. It restricts a newborn's startle reflex, helps regulate body temperature, and kept an infant secured to a caregiver's back while that caregiver worked or travelled. A baby that could be carried everywhere was a baby that could be watched constantly. Breastfeeding was not a personal choice. It was the only viable food source. Wet nursing, one woman breastfeeding another's child, appears in nearly every ancient civilization on record, from Mesopotamian contracts protecting wet nurses to Egyptian and Roman households that relied on them constantly. If a mother died in childbirth, which happened often, a wet nurse was frequently the only thing standing between a newborn and starvation. Ancient parents also practiced something modern doctors now take seriously: constant skin-to-skin contact. Anthropological fieldwork among the Efe and Aka peoples of Central Africa found infants were held by a caregiver for nearly 90% of daylight hours. Modern medicine eventually caught up. Hospitals now use kangaroo care, placing premature infants skin to skin on a parent's chest because it measurably improves survival. Ancient humans were doing it by necessity, long before any medical journal explained why. And then there is the role nobody expects: older children. In most ancient societies, kids as young as 5 or 6 were given real responsibility, watching infants and toddlers. This was not neglect, it was survival math. Anthropologists call this allomothering, a network of caregivers beyond the biological parents, where the entire social structure of the group existed to keep the next generation breathing. None of this was guesswork. It was a system, refined by trial and devastating error, encoded into ritual and custom long before anyone understood germs or nutrition. Every technique was a response to a world that offered no second chances. You are descended from every decision that worked, every grandmother who stepped in, every wet nurse who fed a child that was not hers, every caregiver who never put a baby down. The fact that you exist is proof that, against extraordinary odds, ancient humans found a way.